Hello and welcome to Aviva Premiership Round 12 Predictions, brought to you by DrivingMaul. Hi, I'm Paul, Hi, I'm Paul, the guy behind DrivingMaul, and always up for good rugby chats. Let me know your thoughts on how the picks go. We are halfway through the season now, so everyone has played everyone once, and they'll get round to playing each other twice. At the top, Exeter are 10 points clear, and at the bottom, similarly, Irish are 10 points behind Warriors as well. However, in between, it's pretty tight. From second down to ninth is just a 10-point gap, so there's a lot to play for and still a long way to go. First up, Bath host Wasps. Bath come off the back of a couple of wins. Wasps have found their form, climbed up to third in the table on a run of 5 victories, and I think Wasps are going to win this one by about 5. That good vein of form they've got into. Irish then host Falcons. Now, Falcons obviously were doing really well this season when they kicked off with that good run of wins early on, winning 4 of their first 5, but then it went the other way and they lost 4 on the trot. But they won their last 2, both being narrow margins, only by 2 and 1 point, and that's started them heading back up towards the table. Irish clearly are in all sorts of problems, having not won since the opening round of the season, but they have picked up a few losing bonus points here and there, and the last time they met, Falcons won by 12. I think it'll be closer this time. I think Falcons win by about 3. Gloucester then hosts Sale Sharks. Gloucester on that really good run, but then it slipped up last weekend on the road to Wasps, sitting 4th at the moment in the table, having had a much better first half of the season than previous seasons. Sharks sitting mid-table, kind of where they sort of bounce around at, don't they? Having fits and starts of good form and bad form. And better definitely at home than they are on the road, having won 4 of their 5 games at home. So you've got to say Gloucester, better vein of form, even if they did slip up last weekend. And obviously Sharks on the road, Gloucester at home by 7. It's got to be the choice there. Saracens host Warriors. Now Saracens ended that miserable run of losses last weekend against Leicester Tigers, and you'd expect them to continue on that form. Worcester obviously having won 3 out of the last 4, looking much better, but travelling to Saracens is a different ballgame entirely. Saracens by 10. Quins host Saints. Quins, one of these sides that do really well at home, only lost at home once all this season. Saints sacked their head coach or director of rugby, or whatever the hell you want to call him nowadays, on a run of 6 losses in the Premiership. You've got to say Harlequins by 7. Yes, Harlequins lost last weekend, but that was on the road. This was at home, and it was also only by a point, I think it was, or 2. Yeah, it's only by a point to Falcons. Now, a lot of their games have been close. They only beat Saracens by 1 point in the previous games. So their last 2 games have been decided by 1 point. Still, I think Harlequins by 7 at home here. Finish things off, Exeter Chiefs host Leicester Tigers. Leicester were doing really well, but have slipped back recently with 3 losses on the trot. Exeter have won 9, as I said earlier, top of the table by 10 points. You've got to say, at home, they're going to win this one. Exeter by 7. Tigers were one of the 2 teams that beat them earlier in the season, but that was away and by 7 points. So yes, Exeter by 7 for me. As I said, always up for good rugby chat. Let me know your thoughts down below, and enjoy whatever rugby you're watching this weekend.